following presentation is being brought to you by Sports Plus.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Pacific, and welcome to the Four Corners podcast presented by My Seafood Haven Restaurant. Yeah. It's just me in the studio today. Um, Nev is out with the stomach virus. The man ate too many burritos after yesterday, and Teo, he in got stuck somewhere. We don't know where he is. Um, but yeah, it's just me in the studio today. Welcome back to another podcast, and we're in a new studio today. Um, Credits to my man Axel for building this beautiful studio that we're in. Took him a day or so. He works faster than some of the Home Depot employees, but we'll talk about that in another segment. Um, we got a lot to talk about today. I ain't gonna lie, we got a lot to talk about today. First thing, the Yankees organization, man, that's a long story. The Yankees organization, they took a toll, man. Their whole organization is just gone. I mean gone, I mean literally. All started out with them losing to Seattle once again. I mean, that team's been unstoppable since like early on in the season. They literally killed them, and Yankees ended up forfeiting the game in like the fifth inning, and then everything started going crazy. Go Yankee stepped down from his PM spot and gave the team to well-known owner Chris Bryant. If you get what I'm saying, Chris Bryant has a history of trashing most of the teams we've seen in the Rockies organization. He literally traded all of their picks and good players for a bunch of left sock and a broken crayon found on the ground. And Chris Bryant, he started out his new owning with just harassment from the Yankees players and organization. I mean, in my opinion, I don't think that, they should have did all that to him. I think they should have just allowed him to get comfortable in the position. I mean, they are last in the AL. They're probably not going to make the playoffs. I mean, it just looks horrible for them right now. So yeah, that happened. Then after that, the first trade happened. Go Yankee gets traded to San Diego for Cruz Azul from the Padres. This is crazy. I mean, crazy. I ain't gonna lie. That's ridiculous. Like, Chris Bryant already starting out just putting everybody out, man. I mean, like, that's kind of ridiculous if you think about it. He only got Cruz back, and Cruz is. I don't even know how Cruz feels being on a team with Chris Bryant again. I mean, just after last time, it's just ridiculous. Then, I mean, Say demanded. Say is probably one of the runners for Rookie of the Year in the league right now. He demanded from the Yankees organization. I think the Yankees organization was just over after Go Yankee left. I mean, Go Yankees literally built that team from the ground up. He was talking all this stuff about other teams missing the playoffs just for him to give up the whole team in exchange for a shot at a ring on Minnesota. I mean, Minnesota has probably one of the best offenses right now. Probably has the best offense right now, if I'm not mistaken. They've literally been crushing it all season. For Go Yankee to go over there, I ain't gonna lie. He might be trying to rain chase. It might be ridiculous. I can't lie. It's getting ridiculous. But, I digress because it's really not my problem. But, hey, man, the Yankees turned into something that was hopeful to literally just getting absolutely slammed, and they literally lost everybody. I don't know how Chris Bryant's gonna save this franchise. I don't know how long we might see a franchise in the Bronx. I'm gonna tell you right now, if you live in the Bronx, I feel bad for you, man. Feel bad for you, man. Gotta get your priorities right, man. Um, I think the Yankees are like 5-5. Um, I think they're like 3 games behind the Twins. I mean, they really have no hope. think they're gonna miss the playoffs. And just blatant just stuff going on. Sad ending to a good, I would say, good mid season for the Yankees, but hopefully, next season we can get a better AL competitor to match with the Mariners and Twins. But that'll be talked about in another episode. But yeah, talking about just, Yankees, man, we got to move on to a well-known person that's returning back to their home team, Trevor. Trevor, mysterious kind of guy, if you will. Very mysterious guy. Nobody really knows nothing about him. There's been suspicions about him being somebody's alt account. uh, but a lot of people been asking everybody about who Trevor can be, who Trevor is, who is controlling this Trevor account. But at the end of the day, he kind of sucked. He sucked this season. He sucked. He went into a game against the Yankees, gave up 7 runs, costed them the game in extra innings, and they end up losing 19-16. He gets put on a trade block, proceeds not to show up, then shows up and do absolutely nothing for the Twins. Personally, I think the Twins did right by getting him up out of there. But adding Goyeki to a team that's already been stacked, that's blasphemous. I think it's unnecessary. It's not needed, you know? But, I think the Twins want to have the best lineup possible to take on these Seattle Mariners. And me personally, I think the trade was kind of dumb for both sides, but I think Eric saw it as a good move, But I don't know. There's been a lot of speculation that it was a dumb decision from owners to players to even the higher ups. That trade was kind of dumb. But San Diego's sitting at a 1-9. They're almost out of the playoffs. It's not looking good. It's not looking good how I imagine it to be for San Diego. And their activity has been questionable. Will Trevor even show up for the team, Like, there's a lot of questions that need to be answered about Trevor being in San Diego, I just think that the trade was just not what I expected. Just moving players around and, it's just for no reason. The trade deadline is tomorrow, so I probably would expect a lot of teams to start moving now. There's a lot of people on trade blocks, so there's a lot of people that's probably going to get moved around tomorrow to different teams. So we definitely going to report all that news in RSH News, ran by the many people, including myself. Them trades going to be watched for tomorrow, but that's just something. Trevor returned to San Diego, probably not going to last long. And to everybody who participated in the sweepstakes, I ain't going to lie. Hey, just be glad you didn't get Trevor, because your organization would have probably been cooked. He did nothing. I don't know why everybody was quaking and shivering in their seats when they didn't win the Trevor sweepstakes. He went over there, did nothing. So, daily reminder to all my team owners: don't ever sign up for a sweepstakes if you know the guy. If you don't even know the guy, he's still a mysterious guy. But that's enough of Trevor and all his mysterious shenanigans. Mysterious shenanigans that are being looked at for whatever reason. But hopefully we'll figure that all out. But interesting move by the Padres this morning, I will say. Padres doing a lot of just nonsense. And I think the Padres can probably just wait for another season, or Beam might get his owner stripped away. There's been talks of that too. So I don't know what to expect from San Diego next year, but just know they're out of the playoffs. So Trevor's going to be sitting in Cancun now. He was like, "Oh, they didn't need me." He was like, "Oh, they didn't need me till playoffs. Oh, trying to get the Twins another ring. All this nonsense." No. You'll be sitting at home, get you a nice vacation suite to Cabo, get you a nice vacation, get you a nice balcony spot, the sun shining, get you a margarita, because you're gonna be sitting there in Cancun for another season. And that's all I gotta say about the Trevor sweepstakes and all that for right now. Uh moving on to another great matchup, I'll say. Another great segment I want to cover today is definitely the Seattle versus Minnesota whole shenanigans. That series is kicking off today. The last key AL series that is kicking off today. The Mariners and Twins, they've been going back and forth. I think they split this season series so far, 1-1 apiece. Last time these guys played, Mariners took home the victory in a close but offensive grab by the Mariners. I mean, their offense hasn't been what it was last season. So, I mean, I think we should expect this to be either a defensive game or both of these teams just shooting RBIs and homers. I think it's gonna be a good series, Just me personally, I think this might be another split series. I think the Twins are gonna eventually crack the Mariners' win streak, and I think they're gonna probably give them their first loss in a couple of weeks. But I think that's just them having that good rivalry with each other. Very competitive rosters on both sides. You got Eric and Nate duo that's been going stupid this whole season. Capital Pack, Jace, everybody over there. A Boogie on the Twins, Mel Trout serving suspensions, but they should be back for playoffs. Some key players that I'm probably going to be watching out for this whole series. Definitely probably the Twins dynamic duo, Eric and Nate. Like I said, they literally been Nate has like 14 homers and like 35 RBIs. And like he's definitely probably gonna win MVP this upcoming season. I think he got it in the bag. I think it's just a lot to expect from this Twins roster. They have what it takes to win a title. It's just that if they don't get over the ALCS hurdle, I feel like some conversations need to be had. I mean, this is their second time winning and being a winning team in the division, and they haven't got past the LCS hurdle. I mean, they lost to the Mariners last season in the sweep, unfortunately. And I think back in season 5, they lost to the Guardians in 5. And, Nate and Eric had been doing their thing for a while. I think their support cast has came a long way, and I think the Twins gonna eventually probably win the ALCS. I think it's gonna happen. It has to happen. I mean, these guys been in the league for a long time. They've been kicking butt left and right. I think this is the perfect moment for a win now situation. However, if the Mariners can do what they did last season and carry it over to the postseason and improve what happened last time that made the game so close, some conversations may have to be had. But hey, only we will know this weekend as the regular season is finishing up. Playoffs start next Monday, I think. Gotta check schedule and with the production team. The Mariners chasing back-to-back championships. Last time somebody did a back-to-back was the Atlanta Braves, and everybody know about the Atlanta Braves. Myself, Silver, and Moyer, the dynamic trio, we was just kicking butt, man. But I think the Mariners have a lot more competition when it comes to trying to going back to back. Their competition in AL is very hard to overcome, and I mean, just the level of competition in NL. I think this might be something of more of a challenging, postseason for the Mariners this season compared to last season. I mean, last season was still competitive regardless. It's just that the Mariners were so hot. I mean, nobody could really stop that offense. They were just clicking every single way. But yeah, the Mariners and the Twins are gonna definitely be something to watch this series, this whole rest of the season, and including the playoffs. So if y'all want to watch a good series between two competitive teams, y'all should definitely pop out to them ALCS games that will be occurring next week. And let me know who y'all gonna win. Just ping me in the Discord and let me know who y'all think gonna take it all in that ALCS. But that will be a great series to watch. First game of this series will take place tonight at 8:30 p.m. EST. I don't know if Sports Plus is streaming, but definitely pop out at T-Mobile Park because it's gonna be cracking in the AL. Yeah, it's just a lot going on. I mean, now that the Yankees are out of the question, I just think it might be over. For the whole competitive nonsense that they had. You know, I think it's just gonna be a good series. I think they're gonna split, and hopefully, the Mariners offense will continue to click because they have not been clicking. The offense has been scoring, but there's not like what they have been scoring in last season. I mean, putting up 100 runs and only having 47 this season. It's a big downgrade from a championship team that just went undefeated. I mean, gotta expect a lot from that organization. But Twins is definitely in a win now mode. Mariners are kind of sitting back and chilling. I think this whole situation will be good, but we will definitely go more in depth in this conversation as it gets closer to the postseason. Hopefully, I'll have Nevin Tail with me. I don't know where these guys are. Um, but yeah. Moving on to let's talk about the NL because I know I'll be talking about the AL and all this buffoonery and nonsense. I know I've been talking about the AL way too much. I think it's time to talk about the NL. NL competition. So it's been something. It's been rocky. Nothing too crazy, has been going on in that organization. I think there's just been a lot of talks of will the Mets conquer that NL because the Cardinals have been quiet, but they do have a team that is equipped and that will literally take down that Mets team. Diamond Eyes and Jacob, the duo supported by I think Alex, who just came off a suspension, and I think that's pretty much it. They're literally running like a 3-man roster right now, but I mean, when you're 4-6 and you're only a game behind the leader in the NL, it might be time to question: do the Mets have what it takes to go back to that World Series? I mean, they were the Colorado Rockies last season. They pretty much have the same team this season with the addition of Ragam, but I mean, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say about the NL. It's been something. Something to watch out for with the Cardinals and the Mets. They're probably going to be battling for the 1 seed. Who gets that home advantage? The Padres and Cardinals, there's something. They just finished up a series, I think, before the All-Star break. And let's just say the Cardinals completely took advantage of the Padres' inactivity situation. And I think the playoffs are just gonna look really, really, really confirmed already. I mean, Padres are 1-9. Yikes. 8-game losing streak. We haven't had this bad of an organization since the Chicago Cubs. And everybody knows that the Chicago Cubs organization was the worst organization that ever come into RSH. I think that the Cubs, I think they went like 2-12. Or I think somebody else has like the worst record. I think it's the Yankees, as a matter of fact. They have like a 2-12 record. It's the worst record you could possibly finish with in RSH history. The Padres are on pace for 1-13. I just want to let y'all know that. So if y'all trying to bet on some, definitely bet on the Padres losing them last games of the season because they do got to play the Mets. And that series kicks off tonight, I think, at 7:30. 7:30 at Petco Park in sunny San Diego. The Mets and the Padres are facing off once again for the second part of the series. There definitely going to be some playoff implications. If the Mets do get a win tonight, the Padres do get eliminated from the playoffs. I mean, it's pretty much obvious, but anybody with a brain know that there's always those logical and mathematical situations where the Padres could make the playoffs. But everybody with a brain knows that the Padres will be eliminated from playoffs, and we will see the Mets play the Cardinals in that NLCS. But definitely big questions to ask though. The Mets, they've been struggling. I mean, dealing with everybody on their roster. They had a little locker room issue. I don't know if this was ever reported, but Regam and Gav were having their different situations in the Mets locker room. Kind of caused a frenzy, if I will say that. I mean, hey, a lot of stuff was going on. You know, Gav was trying to get his pitching in. I mean, Gav's been like doing his stuff, but Regam's been trying to keep the team under control, and I just don't think him and Gav are rocking with each other. But something may happen. I don't know. I don't know. Could the Mets make a move for a bigger for a better star? Could the Mets possibly separate the two crash outs, Gav and Regam? But I don't know. Gotta talk to Khan. Or you gotta I don't know. Gotta talk to Khan about what he gonna do. Cause them transactions close tomorrow, and I ain't gonna lie, that man's roster ain't not looking good right now. I'm telling you, if the Cardinals can get their activity straight, the Cardinals can definitely beat the Mets in the NLCS. It's not ridiculous to say if you really think about it. I mean, even though Diamond Eyes and Jacob have one of the worst ERAs and pitching stats in the league, I mean, Jacob literally has allowed 45 RBIs in a single season. He has a 15 ERA. You know how ridiculous that is? Not even your average relief pitcher and closer has that big of an ERA. Some pitchers in here don't even have that big of ERAs where it needs to be 15 and you have allowed 45 RBIs. He's also allowed 13 homers up until this point. I mean, when you got a situation like this, you got to think to yourself, what are you doing wrong? And how are you benefiting your organization? It gets to a point with the inactivity in the St. Louis organization. They literally have all the potential in the world. It's just ridiculous to see them like throw it away like that. I mean, I think a lot of people can agree with that. I mean, it's just a lot of just basically Jacob's not letting his team know when the games are. I mean, as a team owner, as a PM, you gotta know, you gotta let your team know when the games are. I mean, that's like rule number 2, rule number 1. That's like one of the number 1 rules that you have to do as a team owner is let your team know when the games are. I mean, come on, man. You gotta take advantage of the situation. You cannot just let your team just wander around and when come game time, it's all of a sudden like, oh, I gotta go to this game. Like, oh shoot, I gotta go to this game. No, like, bro, you have to let your people know ahead of time how like who's coming to the game, who may be questionable. Like maybe we can reschedule the game. You gotta let your team know. You can't just raw dog it out here and just go on about your day and expect like 5 people to show up. Heck no. You can't do that. I think that's what's missing in the St. Louis organization. I mean, I'd be mad too if I had an owner like that. Knowing that he don't ping for the games and he expect me to show up out of nowhere in Timbuktu. Come on, bro. You gotta ping your team, man. Um, yeah, the Cardinals, man, they're something. They have a lot of potential. The Mets, same thing with them. I mean, they really don't know what they're doing. I mean, their offense has not been clicking. The pitching, we got people forcing themselves on the mound. We got Regam carrying the offense per usual. I mean, Regam just trying to do what he got to do. I mean, I feel for bro. I mean, he signed with that team because he wanted to create more competition. He could have easily came to Seattle. He could have easily went to Minnesota. He could have easily went to another organization that probably would have loved to have him. But the Mets, man, they're a disaster. They're something. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I just know. The key word here is disaster. New York City sports are in a disaster. We got the Bronx, damn near dead. We got we got the guys in Flushing. Yes, I'm saying Flushing. Yes, I know Khan will kill me for saying Flushing. No, because Boy's gonna get mad at me for saying Flushing. Yes, the guys in Flushing, you know, they also having their issues. So it's like, I don't know what's going on in New York. And it's like, it's ridiculous. I mean, New York, the Mets are supposed to be one of the top teams in the league, and they have a 5-5 record, and the Cardinals are only a game back of them, and that's crazy. It's ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. I think the whole playoff shape is gonna change this week. There's gonna be a lot of news reporting around stuff. There's gonna be a lot of looking at stats, looking at standings, because these games are gonna get tense. These games are gonna get tough. These games are gonna get probably probably playoff clinching games may be coming up. Probably games for the 1 seed may be coming up soon. This last week of the season is definitely going to be important for most of the teams. But that's enough of talking about teams. Let's talk about some league news that's been going on. We just got out the All-Star break. You know, All-Star break nonsense. A lot of nonsense in the All-Star stuff happened. We got Home Run Derby was interesting, I will say. I think everybody can agree that was an interesting group of people. Finally, everybody showed. I didn't have to sub for anybody, but Regam took it all, man. Him and Diamond Eyes faced off in the final, and Regam led the way with 11 homers hit, and Diamond Eyes was only 2 short of him. Me personally, I just think that Diamond Eyes kind of slowed down the stretch. He really didn't hit like he was supposed to consistently in order to tie that whole series up. I think he could have won. But it was a good home run derby. The All-Star game, however, oh boy, that was something, man. We got Team Pack taking on Team Con. I mean, literally Team Pack only had like 3 people. It was me, Nate, and Dre the whole time. Doing our business. Nate had 2 home runs. I had a homer. Um, I think Dre had a homer, or Dre brought in an RBI. I don't know. Dre's doing something. Dre was just there doing his business. Um, it was something. Regam ended up walking it off. Yes, you can see the picture behind me. I was on the mound. Yes, I was pitching. But if we had another view, you could see I only had 2 fielders. I was doing my job on the mound, but you know, everything I gave up was like contact hit. I mean, line drives and pop ups. And let's talk about Chris Bryant. I ain't gonna lie, Chris Bryant, ridiculous. Ridiculous. Chris Bryant, man. I mean, the man was supposed to be up in a chill game of RSH baseball. This man was over here late on every call, and this man was just sitting here doing nonsense, man. This man literally turned into one of them MLB umpires, man, that you see that call a ball that's down the middle, a damn ball. I could throw a fastball down the middle. He talking about a ball. What are we doing? Like, and then bro was like, he was tweaking for whatever reason, bro. He kept getting flung across the field. He kept getting just getting, I don't know, bro. It was a lot of stuff going on that was uncalled for. But a lot of people been speculating about Chris Bryant even having the ability to ump a game. I mean, just me personally, do I really care? No. Can Chris Bryant improve? Yes. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Some of the stuff he did was kind of unwarranted. I mean, a lot of people was complaining, but it's like they gotta understand. I mean, these guys are new to the umping scene. Chris Bryant's one of these new guys. He's new. You gotta give him some leeway. You gotta give him his props here and there. But I mean, All-Star Weekend was beautiful. Definitely never going to St. Louis again. Whatever y'all do, don't go to St. Louis. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna tell y'all why. Cause tell me why I had to walk on foot to the stadium. Why am I walking an hour to the stadium? And then I couldn't even hit it. And then I got a no doubter and I almost went off the wall. It went over the wall because it bounced up. It stayed over. Tell me why I got to do all this stuff in St. Louis, man. St. Louis got this big field with this big St. Louis arch in the middle. Why do I got to do all this? And I'm trying to enjoy the All-Star break. I just think it's just a little ridiculous when you think about it. Never go to St. Louis again for All-Star. But other than that, it was good. It was good. I think it was a good I think it was good. But oh, and by the way, I'm sorry, Mel. Mel angrily just DM'd me. I'm sorry, Mel, for misgendering you. I didn't. Oh, Dre. Sorry. I'm like confused. I'm talking about a lot, so like you gotta give me a breather. But Dre just angrily DM me about the misgender. I'm sorry. Lo siento. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. I'm didn't mean it. Um, you know, I was just talking too fast. I'm sorry. Uh, don't kill me. Whatever you do, I gotta make this next game. Do not kill me, man. I'm telling you, like I'm doing all this stuff, man. I don't need no Void, no, cause you set me up. The teleprompter's right there. You told me to say that. The teleprompter is right there. This guy Void is literally on the teleprompter team, and it's literally on the teleprompter. I'm reading it. No, cause you set me up for that. But Dre, I'm sorry. Uh, whatever you do, don't kill me, please. But on to the news that I was just talking about before I had to address that. Um, it's just a lot going on. Y'all remember the Young situation? Young Thwomp, he demanded from the Padres. That man is sitting on the Yankees right now. I wonder what he feels about the whole mess he's going on. Y'all remember that? It was like a couple of days. It was like a couple of days ago. But Dre, uh, oh, oh wow, oh wow. Anyways, Young and all that mishap. Young is still sitting there. He's on a 2-season deal with them with the Yankees. I think yikes. He should have stayed at free agency. Honestly, he should just stop playing for the rest of the season. I mean, man, they've been selling him all season. That they have been. Young had no support. Young and Zanny Duo was supposed to feed families. That was supposed to be something. But unfortunately, they just ran into everybody at once. I mean, they had to play us. They had to play the Mets. They had to play the Yankees. They had to play all these good teams early on. I think killed their activity. I think that's why they're on this losing streak right now. But it's a lot going on. Young demanded from an organization. Tails power rankings of the league is still what it is right now. Um, I think if I had these two people on the side of me, I think we could have had some crazy conversations. But I don't know. Whatever y'all do, don't let Cause talk about music, cause Cause will literally rip your head off if you're not mentioning Destroy Lonely and Sama-san. Don't let that happen to you, my humble people. But that's really what I almost had to talk about here on today's podcast. I mean, nothing really much happening around the league right now. Another set of games going on today. Another good day of baseball in the summer. But yeah, that's all I had to say. Thank you guys for tuning in to Four Corners Podcast. As you know, I am the 6'5" male, making $7 million, 7 figures. No, because I ain't even do nothing. But thank y'all for tuning in. I see y'all on the next episode, and most definitely tune into these games coming up, because I'm telling you, a lot is on the line for these teams. And hopefully I get Teo and Net back. Security's about to escort me out the office. So I see y'all later. I see y'all later. Hey, I ain't still from Reg, but